Welcome back to my dear friends to the Tech Civil Learning. As you know, our channel is insisting with providing the practical educations as it is our motto. So my dear friends, I promised you give me your 30 to 40 minutes times. You will going to understand the concept which is written in the thumbnails clearly so that you can understand this concept in the realistic meaning. So I would like to say that just give me your 20 to 30 minutes time. आप अपना 30 से 40 मिनट टाइम दीजिए. I promise you will surely going to understand this concept very clearly. So let's start the series. Before we start, means if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it and hit the bell icon so that once I upload the video you will get the notifications. And please don't forget to comment your valuable word in the comment section. So let's start the series. My dear friends, we have already discussed there means different RCC designs, right? We have discussed about the working stress method, right? Load factor method, or it is also known as ultimate load methods, and the limit states methods. We have already discussed all these methods in the previous lecture. So if you have not gone through that lectures, please go through that. I have put the means link of that lectures in the description box so that you can find it easily. And also I have differentiate means working stress methods and limit states method clearly. As you know that the limit state method superseded all those RCC methods. This is so because the means limit states method is a comprehensive types of methods, means it includes all the safety as well as service of the structures throughout its period. ठीक है, जो लिमिट स्टेट्स मेथड है सबसे बेहतरीन मेथड्स डिजाइन स्टेप्स के लिए माना जाता है इन कंपेयर ऑफ वर्किंग स्ट्रेस मेथड्स एंड अल्टीमेट लोड मेथड्स. दिस मेथड्स in these methods the materials are fully utilized in the designing of the member of structures, and there are the different means there are the different aspects which superseded these designs in compare of those RCC designs. So ultimately I would like to say that the structures which is designed by limit states design methods provides the safety and take care about the safety of the human beings throughout the period of the service of the structures. कोई भी स्ट्रक्चर्स अगर लिमिट स्टेट्स डिजाइन प्रोसेस से बना हुआ रहता है वो एक मीन्स बेहतरीन स्ट्रक्चर्स होता है और उसका जो सेफ्टी होता है वो हाई होता है और उसका सर्विस ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर होता है वो बहुत ही बेहतरीन होता है. ये हम लोग को पता है. ठीक है, जो भी मतलब वर्किंग स्ट्रेस मेथड है और अल्टीमेट लोड मेथड है इन दोनों से बेहतरीन लिमिट स्टेट्स डिजाइन मेथड है. सो लेट्स सी सम ऑफ द इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्ट. means these methods take care of the structures for its safety, means the safety of this the safety provided by the limit state design methods is high and its fitness throughout the period of service of the structures is high, right? So this means as we know my dear friends the any structures is said to be unfit when it कोलैप्स. ठीक है, कोई भी स्ट्रक्चर्स अनफिट माना जाता है जब वो स्ट्रक्चर कोलैप्स हो जाता है. आइदर मे बी द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ एक्शंस टेकिंग प्लेस, राइट? लाइक डिफ्लेक्शंस मे बी ऑकरिंग देयर्स, क्रैकिंग मे बी सीम्स टू बी देयर्स. सो दिस टाइप्स ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशंस आर मेड, then the means structure is said to be a unfit or unsafe for the uses. As these methods superseded the other RCC design methods, in these methods there are various types of limitations. Conditions are to be assumed or are to be considered so that the structures remains fit and designs always based on the probable load and the probable strength of the materials. In this type of RCC designs means there are different kinds of limitations are to be assumed. Let me tell you, limitation is nothing but limit state is nothing but it is a condition just before collapse. ठीक है, कोलैप्स होने से पहले जो कंडीशन होता है दैट कंडीशन इज नोन एज limit state. So these methods is totally based upon the limit state conditions, right? Limit states conditions are considered in this type of structures to remain the structures fit, and the designs always based on the probable load and the probable material, as you can see. So the philosophy and the principle of the limit state design method is to see that the structures must remain fit for the uses throughout its lifespans, right? Means different structures have their own lifespans, means permanent lifespan. Just imagine if you designs any structures like beam, so or like any structure, so that their structures may be 60 years lifespans, 120 years lifespans. So in 120 life year spans, means it must be used throughout its lifespans by remaining within the acceptable limit of safety and serviceability required based on the risks involved. Means when the design life of the any structures is fixed, so बिफोर दैट उससे पहले जो भी उसका सेफ्टी और सर्विसिबिलिटी होता है वो ख़त्म नहीं होना चाहिए, ठीक है। जितना लंबा उसका लाइफ स्पैन है उतना तक इसका जो डिजाइन का जो सेफ्टी होता है वो मीन्स is to be considered. So this is nothing but the limit state design method. So eventually I would like to say that अंतिम में क्या होता है कि जो लिमिट स्टेट मेथड होता है, दिस मेथड इज टोटली बेस्ड ऑन द कंसेप्ट ऑफ सेफ्टी एंड सर्विसिबिलिटी, ठीक है। जो और ये दिस मेथड सुपरसीडेड ऑल दोज टाइप्स ऑफ आरसीसी मेथड. सो दिस मेथड्स इज adopted or these methods is to be considered for designing any types of structures as it consists of safety and serviceability compared to that of the other RCC design. Here my dear friends, before designing any structures, various limit states are to be considered, right? As I have said, these design methods especially consist of the limit states, and the limit states is nothing but a condition before collapse. So there are three types of limit states is to be considered. तीन लिमिट स्टेट्स इसमें कंसिडर किया जाता है. एक होता है लिमिट स्टेट्स ऑफ कोलैप्स, लिमिट स्टेट्स ऑफ सर्विसिबिलिटी एंड द अदर limit states. So let's talk about the what are the limit states of collapse, limit states of serviceability and the other limit states. So let's see one figure so that you can understand clearly because I believe in the प्रैक्टिकल एजुकेशन. सो उम्मीद करता हूँ अभी तक आपको जो लिमिट स्टेट्स के बारे में समझ में आया होगा. लिमिट स्टेट्स एक बेहतरीन डिजाइन मीन्स मेथड है, ठीक है, जिसमें सेफ्टी और सर्विसिबिलिटी का दोनों का ख्याल रखा जाता है, ठीक है. दिस वन इज इकोनॉमिकल्स एंड द मटेरियल्स मीन्स यूटिलाइज्ड इन दिस टाइप ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर इज फुली यूटिलाइज. सो होप यू अंडरस्टैंड द लिमिट स्टेट्स डिजाइंस क्लियरली. अगर कोई भी डाउट है, इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट प्लीज पुट योर डाउट इन द कमेंट बॉक्स. आई वुड लव टू सॉल्व योर डाउट्स. So here you can see that this deals with the of collapse and of the serviceability. Here the limit states of collapse is nothing but it's majorly deals with the strength and stability of the structure under the maximum maximum design loads. At the same time, serviceability is nothing but it deals with the deflections, cracking, right, taking place under the service load. So durability under the working environment, stability for the fire resistance. So means serviceability is nothing but the service means disturbance in the service of the means human being, right? We can easily say that. At the same time, collapsing nothing but it especially deals with the strength and stability of the structure. So let's deal these two in the means briefly manner so that you can understand clearly. आपका डाउट दूर करना मेरा जिम्मेदारी है, राइट. मीन्स अगर आपको कोई भी डाउट है जस्ट कमेंट बॉक्स में लिखिए. आई विल मेक श्योर दैट आई कैन solve your doubts. Means solving your doubt is my responsibility. So let's see the other. Now we'll talk about the limit states of collapse. My dear friends, मेरा दोस्त, आपको पता है a structure is said to be a collapse if the materials of at one or more sections ruptures. Means ruptures taking means if the ruptures are observed in the materials of the structures. कोई भी structures का material में अगर ruptures are seems or appear, then the means structures is said to be a collapse or the structures may be collapse. At the same time, buckling takes place or the overturning takes place. Here the rupture is nothing. Let me show you one figure so that you can understand because I believe in what practical level. So let's see one pictures. Here you can see that the rupture in the column section takes place, that is a rupture in the steel or the concrete takes place. So this is nothing but the ruptures, and if these types of occurrings are appear, then the section is seems to be collapse or the unsafe. The second one is the buckling takes place. A structure is said to have collapsed if the buckling takes place. Here the buckling is nothing. Let's just imagine one column, right? Means let's see one column. Let's see, right? Just imagine means column, right? This one is column. Both the ends are fixed, right? Means both the ends are fixed. Then of course that means deflection, there are different types of deflection taking place. If the deflections takes place, this is nothing but the y. If y represent deflections, then this, if these types of observations are made in any structures, then the structures are said to be collapse. Similarly, overturning takes place. If the structures are observed to be overturning, then overturning is nothing. Let me tell you, if you have not clear about the overturning, overturning is nothing but means due to the means more due to the more dead load of any structures, the means the displacement of the structures takes place. So to avoid the offlead forces in any structures, the resisting moment must be greater than the overturning moment. If the overturning moment of any structures is greater than मीन्स द मोमेंट ऑफ रेसिस्टेंस, आपको पता है कोई भी मान लीजिए एक बीम है, ठीक है, या कोई भी डैम स्ट्रक्चर है, कोई भी है, अगर ये सिंपली सपोर्टेड बीम है, देन अगर ये ओवर टर्निंग होगा, देन इसमें क्या होगा, ओवर जो मीन्स इसका इंटरनल जो रेसिस्टिंग होता है, मीन्स रेसिस्टिंग मोमेंट जो होता है इसका शुड बी ग्रेटर देन दैट द ओवर टर्निंग मोमेंट टू रिमेन दिस स्ट्रक्चर्स इन means stability conditions. So to avoid the overturning, the resisting moment must be larger than the overturning moment so that the structures may be safe. So ये सब था लिमिट स्टेट्स ऑफ कोलैप्स का, ठीक है. सो जब मीन्स दीज आर मीन्स लिमिट स्टेट्स ऑफ कोलैप्स वी ऑलरेडी डिस्कस. सो इन दिस the design should be such that means we have to design a structure in such a way that the resistance, right, the resistance at every sections of the structures, ठीक है, कोई भी स्ट्रक्चर का जो उसका इंटरनल रेसिस्टेंस होता है to the above resultant stress should not be less than the appropriate at that sections produced by the probable most unfavorable combination of loads. चलिए इसको आसानी भाषा में समझते हैं. So let's understand this concept in a simple manner or in the simple words. Means I mean to say that means design of any structures should be such that the resistance at every sections mean internal resisting force. The internal resisting force should not be less than, right, means जो उसका बाहर का लोड लगता है, मीन्स डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ लोड मीन्स स्ट्रक्चर्स इज सब्जेक्टेड टू डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ लोडिंग एक्शंस लाइक मीन्स डेड लोड, लाइव लोड, विंड लोड, अर्थक्वेक लोड. सो द इंटरनल रेसिस्टिंग शुड नॉट बी लेस देन these types of loads. If it is less than these types of loads, then the failure may be easily taking place. तो आसानी से कोई भी स्ट्रक्चर फेल हो जाएगा. इसीलिए कोई भी स्ट्रक्चर्स को जो इंटरनल रेसिस्टिंग डिजाइन होता है वो जो बाहर का जो मीन्स अनफेवरेबल कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ लोड होता है उससे कम नहीं होना चाहिए. सो दिस डील्स विद द लिमिट स्टेट्स ऑफ कोलैप्स. सो लेट्स सी द लिमिट स्टेप्स ऑफ सर्विसिबिलिटी. सो लेट्स सी माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, मेरे प्यारे दोस्तों, एज आई हैव सेड दैट द लिमिट मीन्स लिमिट स्टेट्स कोलैप्स डील्स विद द सेफ्टी of structures and the limitations of means that the limit states collapse especially deals with the safety of what structures, means how safe a structure is. At the same times the limit states of serviceability especially deals with the limit states of serviceability especially deals with the durability of the structures, right. जो लिमिट स्टेट्स ऑफ कोलैप्स है वो सेफ्टी का मीन्स ध्यान रखते हुए डिजाइन किया जाता है. एट द सेम टाइम लिमिट स्टेट्स ऑफ सर्विसिबिलिटी स्पेशली डील्स विद द प्रॉपर स्ट्रेंथ, राइट, मीन्स और द ड्यूरेबिलिटी ऑफ द स्ट्रक्चर्स. एंड इन दिस लिमिट स्टेट्स ऑफ सर्विसिबिलिटी स्पेशली डील्स विथ मीन्स कंट्रोल ऑन डिफ्लेक्शंस, क्रैकिंग, वाइब्रेशंस एंड द करोजन, ठीक है. जो लिमिट स्टेट्स ऑफ सर्विसिबिलिटी है वो ज़्यादातर फोकस इस चीज़ पे किया जाता है कि मीन्स दिस स्पेशली डील्स विद द कंट्रोल एंड डिफ्लेक्शंस क्रैकिंग एंड द वाइब्रेशंस मीन्स दैट इज द एक्सटर्नल ऑब्जर्वेशंस आर टेकिंग प्लेस एंड वी नो द मीन्स लिमिट स्टेप्स ऑफ कोलैप्स इज स्पेशली डीलिंग विथ compression, torsion, shear, right? So let's talk about the means limit states of serviceability. It's means the structure should be designed in such a way that its limit states of serviceability it gives the control on the deflections, cracking, vibrations and the corrosion. So different load combination have been tables and the different combination loads I have already discussed that the loads standards in the unit or in lectures 1. So if you have not gone through that ones, please follow the series of lectures so that you have easy in understanding. Here if you talk about the limits states of deflection, here deflection is nothing but the vertical displacement of the structure. So let's see one figure so that you can understand what is deflection. Here you can see that this is nothing but the deflections, right? The original position of the beam is these ones, ultimately due to the load or due to the different kinds of actions it deflected like this. So this portion is nothing but the deflections. It can be represented as y. So it's the vertical displacement of the structures from and it's shifted from initial position to the means another position. So when the deflections takes place, of course there is a means lack of feeling of the safety, right? Means the safety of the human beings are under in the lacking manner, right? So aesthetic view is spoiled, means the aesthetic view is nothing but the aesthetic appearance, like means good appearance are totally spoiled once the structures deflection taking place, right? Means it leads to deformation of door, right? If suppose this beam is deflected, then of course the totally load transferred to the door or the window, then of course there will be the deformation or the crack occurring or observing in the structures or in the finishing materials. It's led to ponding of water on the roof slabs. If there is a deflections like this, then the means water cannot be run one place to another place, so there may be the ponding observations in the slabs. So these all are the means deflection limit states of deflections. As we know, the means limit states of serviceability especially deals with control on the deflections cracking. So means how to control this, let's see the methods of, as you know means IS 456 कोड बुक का अनुसार से जो लिमिट स्टेट कंडीशन होता है डिफ्लेक्शन में भी सेटिस्फाई बाय एनी वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग, जो ये दिया हुआ है मीन्स इट मस्ट हैव टू सेटिस्फाई टू means what you call to means remove or to avoid the deflections in the structure. So that can be avoided by the using empirical methods while designing the structures. कोई भी स्ट्रक्चर को लिमिट स्टेट्स मेथड्स में डिफ्लेक्शन से बचने के लिए एम्पिरिकल मेथड्स को इस्तेमाल किया जाता है, एंड दिस सिंस द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर दैट कंट्रोल द डिफ्लेक्शंस इज स्पैन per depth ratio. So the span can be, or so the deflections can be controlled by span depth ratios, and it is specified by the codes. So as per the codes or as per the designers givens, the span or the depth ratio of the any structure should be considered in the systematic manner. Similarly, theoretical methods is used to control the deflections. So in this method the deflection can be calculated by the theoretical methods and can be controlled by the suitable dimensional of the structure. So all these are depends upon the designer. ये सभी डिजाइनर पे डिपेंड पड़ता है, और कोड बुक पे जो कोड बुक पे इट्स टोटली डिपेंड अपॉन द कोड्स. सो वी मस्ट हैव टू फॉलो द कोड्स बुक्स in the designing of the structures. So let's talk about the limit states of cracking. Cracking is nothing but cracking especially takes place in concrete, as you know, and the cracking especially takes place in the means what we call in the tensile zone, as the concrete is very weak in tensile strength. So once the means we must have to while designing any structures, जब कोई भी structure को डिजाइन किया जाता है, then we must have to consider or we must have to accept some methods to avoid the cracking. So as you know, the adverse effect of cracking is nothing but the mass appearance, that the means aesthetic appearance can be spoiled, means creates the feeling of lack of safety. So you cannot feel safety once the structure is cracks, means creates leakage problem, right? And the means if the concrete means cracks, then of course there will be visible of the steel. जब concrete means फूट जाएगा या means उसमें crack आ जाएगा, then of course you can see the steel, right? Means any means concrete if this one is means suppose column in the bar is inserted, if the cracking takes place, then you can easily see this bar and the corrosion may takes place. Finally the structures may be fail. So the reduce in stiffness is nothing but the means increase in deformations, right? Means increase in deformation takes place, creates maintenance problems. So in order to remove these crackings, as we know, that means cracks in concretes are unavoidable, right? Means crack concrete में आएगा ही, ठीक है? means these are weak in tensile, so the means it is unavoidable, but the accepted limits of cracks under the service load condition has been specified by the code keeping, right? So here we can also by using means the designer can reduce the means cracking effect by using the empirical method. So in these methods, the means by strictly following the bar detail rules specified by the code. So the designer must have to follow the bar reducing course, otherwise there is no difference between you and the means mistri. So you must have to follow the standard bar detailing rules. So the theoretical methods in this, it is given by the code book. So I hope you have understand the limit states of collapse and the limit states of serviceability. Limit states of collapse gives the means resistance, means it gives the idea or it gives the proper designs to resistance against the different action like torsion, shear, compression, tension, right? At the same time, limit states of serviceability gives the idea about means how to prevent from deflections, how to design a structure such that it may be free from deflections, it may be free from cracking. So there are the different types of actions to be adopted as per the IS code book 456/2000. that is the empirical methods can be adopted, theoretical methods can be adopted. So all these things should keep in mind. And as you know, the other limit states methods, these are the means above two are, but the other what happens due to the vibrations or the fire resistance, chemical environment actions, accidental or the catastrophic collapse takes place. So these structures must withstand the unusual and specific load for the special structure additionals relevant to the limit states designs. So means ultimately in limit states design we must have to consider all those things while designing the any structure. कोई भी structure डिजाइन करने से पहले हम सभी को ये चीज़ ध्यान में रख के डिजाइन करना पड़ता है, because limit states design methods are really suitable as it utilize the full strength of the material and it gives the best safety for the human being. So hope अगर अभी तक आपको कोई डाउट है, उम्मीद करता हूँ शायद नहीं होगा क्योंकि इतना स्लोली पढ़ा रहा हूँ, so doubt हो ही नहीं सकता. So if you love it, please like and subscribe. So I hope you have cleared and you have well concept about the limit states design method. So let's move to the characteristic load. My dear friends, characteristic loads, let's talk about the characteristic load. Here characteristic loads, as you know, any structures have to carry dead load and live loads, right? Means any structure is subjected to these two types of load mostly and the commonly. So characteristic load is nothing but the maximum working load, that the maximum design load, right? Maximum permissible load that the structures can has to withstand for which it is to be designed. This is called characteristic load. So we can say that characteristic load is nothing but the maximum workable load that any structure must have to withstand and is used for the design. कैरेक्टरिस्टिक लोड कुछ नहीं है, एक ऐसा मैक्सिमम वर्किंग और डिजाइन लोड है जो कोई भी स्ट्रक्चर्स विथ स्टैंड करने के लिए उसमें मीन्स इंटरनल रेसिस्टेंस ज़्यादा होना चाहिए, ठीक है. सो एंड अदर वे वी कैन डिफाइन द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक लोड इन सच वे दैट इट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ लोड which has 95% probability of not being exceeded during the lifetime of the structures. So let me explain these things. This is very very important and interesting. So you must have to clear cut knowledge on these things. मीन्स इसमें जो 95% प्रोबेबिलिटी होता है जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक लोड से मीन्स ज़्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ लोड्स मीन्स देर आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ लोड एक्टिंग ऑन इट्स. सो देर इज a 95% ऑफ चांस that should not exceeds in compared to the characteristic load. So let's take one example so that you can understand. Suppose take one example, right? Suppose imagine this one is follower, right? And in the floor, if the live load acting on the floor, that is UDL, is if the live load acting that is 5 kilonewton per meter, right? This means that kilonewton per meter. If suppose we consider a live load of 5 kilonewton per meter square is acting on the floor, then the chances of exceeding this load on the floor is 5%, right? Means there is only 5% of chances then that these loads can exceed. Means we have to design the load or the characteristic load in such a way that the 95% of the other loads should not exceed the characteristic load. समझ में उम्मीद करता हूँ आपको समझ में आ रहा होगा कि 95% जो भी होता है लोड होता है वो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक लोड से ज़्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. अगर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक लोड से ज़्यादा हो गया तो ऑफ कोर्स द स्ट्रक्चर विल फेल. सो दिस कैन बी easily means understand by the frequency in y axis and the load in x axis. So here we can see that these types of or the characteristic load especially follow normal distribution curve, and in normal distribution curve the mean load is taken at the center. So it is assumed that the 50% of the load is supposed to pass and the 50% not. So here these ones FCK indicate nothing but the FC represent nothing but the characteristic load. So FC here to here represent 5%, that the 5% should not exceed, and this represents 95%. So we can say that the characteristic strength of the is that value in which the load which has 95% probability of not being exceed during the lifetime of the structures. Means the other loads should not exceed the characteristic loads. So here we can see the 1.64 is taken as the value of K, that is corresponding to the 5%, as the load should not be more than the average load obtained from the statics. So this load should not be more than characteristic load should not be, other load should not be more than the characteristic load. So the characteristic design load is given mean load plus Ks, where the K is nothing but the value corresponding value to the 5% probability, and for the formal distribution equal to 1.64. It is given by the standard book, where S is the standard deviations, and the standard deviation depends upon the different types of grade of concrete. So let's see. Right, if in any designs of any structures, if there is absence of any data, right, if there is absence of any load data, then we must have to follow the IS 81875, as I have already we have already discussed the load standards. In that one I have already introduced you, means dead load belongs to part 1 875. So we have some value of the different structures like brick masonry, stone masonry, we have some dead load standard value. So we have to take it from the code book in the absence of those data. So once again उम्मीद करता हूँ कि आपको कैरेक्टरिस्टिक लोड समझ में आया होगा. कैरेक्टरिस्टिक लोड कुछ नहीं है. मान लीजिए कि कोई स्ट्रक्चर्स पे अगर 5 किलोमीटर पर मीटर स्क्वायर लोड लग रहा है ऑन द फ्लोर, देन देयर इज अ चांसेस ऑफ ओनली 5% टू एक्सीड दिस लोड्स, और 95% चांस होता है एक्सीड नहीं करेगा. ठीक है, जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक लोड से उससे ज़्यादा नहीं होगा. 5% चांस होगा कि वो एक्सीड हो सकता है. ठीक है, और 95% चांस क्या होगा, एक्सीड नहीं होगा. there is only 5% of chances that the load can exceeds the characteristic load, and there is a 95% chance that it cannot be exceeds. So समझ में आया होगा. अगर अभी भी समझ में नहीं आया, then please put it in the comments box, or you can contact in the WhatsApp which is given the link in the description box. So please text me in the WhatsApp so that you can, or so that I can clear your doubt. Similarly, we'll talk about the characteristic strength. Here the characteristic strength is quite opposite of the characteristic load. Characteristic strength especially depend upon the materials. So the strength that we can safely assume for the material, right, characteristic strength deals with the materials that can be safely either it may be steel or concrete are characteristic strength. So the strength of the any materials are determined in lab. कोई भी material को strength lab में determine किया जाता है. Here the जो characteristic strength means होता है the strength of the material below which not more than 5% of the test are means expected to fail. Or we can say that characteristic strength of any material, कोई भी material characteristic strength is the resistance. Keep in mind or listen carefully. Characteristic strength of any material is the resistance below which the chances of failure is only 5%, right? Means is the resistance below which only 5% chances of the failure. For example, एक example लेते हैं, मान लीजिए कि कंक्रीट M20 कंक्रीट लेते हैं, then its strength is 20 MPa, that is 20 Newton per meter square. It means mm square. It means if 20 MPa stress or low is developed in it, then there is a probability of failure is only 5%, that is 90% chance there will be means survival. Means हर 5 कंक्रीट का टेस्टिंग लैब में, ठीक है, एक कंक्रीट ऐसा होगा जिसका 90% चांस होगा सर्वाइव करने का. मीन्स देर इज ओनली फेल्यूर ऑफ 5% if you test the concrete in the lab or the any material in the lab. So this is nothing but the strength of characteristic strength of means material. From here we can see that from the mean load, this one FCK represent that is the characteristic strength of characteristic strength, and from characteristic strength to mean 1.65, that is means K corresponding to the 5%, and this y-axis represent frequency and the x-axis represent strength. So the formula, characteristic strength formula is nothing but the mean strength minus Ks, where characteristic strength is represented as FCK, mean strength FM, right, and minus Ks, where K is 1.64, it is given by standard code book, and S is the standard deviations, it is also taken from the code book depending upon the types of concrete used. So the variation of these loads and strength follow the normal distribution diagram, as I have said, means these loads and strength follow the variation strength diagram. So उम्मीद करता हूँ आपको characteristic loads and characteristic strength समझ में आया होगा. characteristic loads होता है उसमें 95% चांस होता है कि characteristic लोड को पार न किया जाए, ठीक है. 5% ओनली चांस होता है कि पार हो जाएगा, ठीक है, कि कोई भी अगर मान लीजिए फ्लोर पे 5 किलो न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर लग रहा है, देन देर इज ओनली 5% ऑफ चांस दैट इट कैन एक्सीड. इन द सेम्स द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल इज नथिंग बट there is only probability of failure, the probability of failure is only 5%, and the 90% chance is there will be survive. So let's see the another topic we'll deal. My dear friends, we have already discussed means the limited states design methods. In briefly we have discussed the means characteristic loads, characteristic strength. So let's talk about the partial load and the safety factors. Here the first we will talk about the safety factors. My dear friends, safety factors is very essential, means essential for the means for the designing of the, or for provide the high strength of the design, or to give the high strength or durability to the design of the structures. Here you can say that the safety factor is defined as the factors used, means that is used in designs of the structures, right, means such type of factors which are used in the design of the structure, so that the value of stress coming in the structures due to the applied load should not exceed the design strength of the materials in the structure. So when any external load is applied on the means structures, then there must be means there must induce stress. So the stress which is induced in the structures, जो एक stress जब कोई भी load कोई भी स्ट्रक्चर पे लगेगा, then the induction means there must be induced stress, so that the means applied load acting on the structure should not exceed the design strength of materials, right. आप समझ रहे हो कि मान लीजिए आप एक बीम है, ठीक है, उस बीम में लोड आप लगा रहे हो, ठीक है, देन लोड लगेगा, देन उसमें इंटरनल रेसिस्टिंग और इंटरनल स्ट्रेस डेवलप होगा. देन इफ द मीन्स अप्लाइड लोड शुड नॉट एक्सीड द डिजाइन स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल, अगर उसका डिजाइन स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल से अगर अप्लाइड लोड ज़्यादा हो जाएगा, देन ऑफ कोर्स मटेरियल विल फेल. So the factor of safety will give the idea about that the applied load should not exceed the design strength of the material in the structures, or we can easily define as that the ratio of maximum stress to the applied stress. Here maximum stress is also known as means ultimate stress. Similarly the characteristic load is also known as ultimate load. So means safety factor is maximum stress by the applied stress. Here applied stress also known as design stress, right? Design stress. So the main purpose of the that is safety factor is to increase the strength of the structure. So मेन इसका पर्सपेक्टिव होता है मीन्स सेफ्टी फैक्टर का, वो इंक्रीज मीन्स स्ट्रक्चर का स्ट्रेंथ इंक्रीज करने का होता है, सो दैट द स्ट्रक्चर्स मीन्स रिमेन सेफ एंड फ्री फ्रॉम द फेल्यूर. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द पार्शियल safety factors. Here partial safety factor is nothing but it is used in the design considerations. So let's talk about the partial factor for the load. Partially safety factor for the load. Here the partially safety factor for the load is defined as the ratio of design load to the characteristic load. Similarly, if it is represented as a gamma f, that gamma f is equal to f d by f, where fd is nothing but the design load and f is nothing but the characteristic load, and we know the design load and cat. Thus if we need to carry the design load fd is nothing but f into gamma fy. So gamma, so this is the design load. So design load can be calculated of the any structures by multiplying of f, that is characteristic load, into the partially safety factor. So the design load is called factor load. So design load is also known as factor load. So partial factor is different for the different loading, right? Means it depends upon the types of loading. So here we can see some of the tables, means a variation of partially safety factors for the load, right? If we combine the dead load and live load, means combinationally acting on the limit states of collapse, and we know the limit states of collapse especially deals with the resisting of the means different types of action like torsion, shears, right? So we have to consider dead load as 1.5, similarly live load 1.5, wound load negligibles. In the limit states of serviceability means 1.0, here 1.0 and 1.0. If dead load plus wind load, here the live load is not considered, the wind load is contributing the stability, then 0.9. This means these are the means data which are considered for the partial safety factor of the load. Here that means a structure is subject to dead load, live load and wind load, then these types of means dead load is considered as 1.2. This is taken from the IS code book or for the designs. So let's talk about partially safety factor for loads. So we have already discussed all these things. We will talk about the partially safety factor for the materials. Load का हम लोग कर चुके हैं जो FD by F, and we know the notation. So similarly partially factor means, as you know, the partially means safety factors is means come into existence for ensuring that the means the design of the structure should be durable and stable. So partially means factor for the material is defined as, that is gamma m is equal to f by fd, just reverse, where f is characteristic strength of material, and you know the characteristic strength of material and the design strength of material. So it is defined as f by fd. Similarly the design strength of material equal to f by gamma m. Gamma m is partially factor for the material and f is nothing but the characteristic strength of material. So we can from the calculate means design strength of materials. So these are the some means materials concrete having the collapse means limit states of collapse is 1.5 and the deflection is 1.0. Similarly steel 1.15 and that one is 1.0. So all these things to be considered while designing the any type of structures. So my friends, उम्मीद करता हूँ कि आपको समझ में आया होगा. My dear friends, hope that you have understand the lectures. If you have any doubt, please text me in the WhatsApp and the link is mentioned in the description box. Please don't forget to text me. I am love to means solve your doubts. So if you really like the video, please don't forget to like, comment and share it to your friends. आप तब तक अपना ध्यान रखें, फिर मिलते हैं अगला लेक्चर में. Bye bye, take care, stay happy. Thank you for watching my dear friends.